Hello, this is Al with webnewsjax on our Friday, the 8th of April broadcast. We have a very special guest sitting here with us today. This is my little daughter, Jazzy. She's almost a year old. She decided to come and visit us today when we were doing the broadcast. We got some very interesting articles that we have just posted on the site that you might want to look at. One is talking about the U.S. wars and kind of going through the aspects of the wars and what's going on as far as the war effort, why we're doing the wars, how the media is covering the wars, and who's actually paying for the wars. You know, it's really interesting that the controlled media out there who get millions of dollars from our slush fund that the government pays the media to basically spew, you know, the propaganda of these wars and other things, you know, such as the TSA and other tyranny aspects of our government. You know, what have we become? I mean, we've become an indebted slavery class of Americans because our country has decided to become a war machine, you know, start wars and conflicts throughout the world, let the U.S. taxpayers pay for it, but we're not really paying for it. They're borrowing money against our future tax revenue and putting our country in grave debt for these wars, which do not benefit the American people whatsoever. In fact, all we're doing is making enemies and getting the rest of the world to hate us. Well, the banksters, they make money off both ends. They get the spoils of the war, you know, the oil and the natural resources, the drugs, all the dirty money. And, you know, the U.S. soldier, what do they get? They get shot at, they get killed, their death benefits are stolen from them by the banksters. I mean, it's a real good thing. I mean, they're really treating the U.S. citizen good here, aren't they? All in the name of the globalist banksters. And I mean, Obama, that man is a puppet on the string for the banksters. He's leading the parade, he's got the baton up, and he's marching the U.S. troops right down to the killing zone. And you think for 1 second that Libya is going to be a good, clean war for us? Even the rebels hate us. I mean, look at the latest headlines. We just got done bombing the rebel tanks, the people we're supposed to be helping. And the rebels have publicly said they don't want us there. They will shoot at U.S. troops. What will end up happening is we'll end up making Libya a whole country again, because the whole country, rebels, Libyan forces and all, are going to turn on the U.S. the minute our foot troops hit. Heck, we're already bombing both sides. This war is all about globalism. It's all about the banksters. See, what you don't realize is the banksters wanted us to go in there because they couldn't manipulate the currency. Libya had its own sovereign bank outside the banksters' system, and they couldn't stand that. They hate that. They want to control everything. They want to bankrupt every country on earth. They want everybody to kneel to them. And if they don't get that, then they're going to just use the U.S. puppet state to go bomb them. That's what this is all about. This is about killing. This is about control. And this is about the NWO manipulation of the world, folks. And if you don't believe it, do the research. Look at the facts. This country has become rotten to the core. They're sending our troops in harm's way, all in the name of blood money, blood oil, and resources. This is just sickening, folks. This is sickening. Our future generations are going to suffer due to this, and we're going bankrupt, paying for these wars. What benefit have the American people got from the Iraq war or the Afghanistan war? Have we got any money? No, it's just cost us trillions and trillions of dollars. And we're so in debt, it's unreal. We can't even pay for our own education system, our own social system. Heck, we can't even give people their social security that we borrowed against, that they paid for. I mean, It's sickening what we have become. It's sickening what the U.S. government has brought upon us, all in the name of liberty and the greater good. What greater good is really served by these wars, by these atrocities? How many friends are we making when we're killing mothers, fathers, children in these countries? Afghanistan, Iraq, now Libya. You know, and in Libya, the people we're supporting, there's over 1,000 jihadists in that group. Do you know what a jihadist is? They swear to take down the infidel, which is us, America. Wake up, folks. Wake up. The same people that we backed in Afghanistan with the Russians are the people we went and invaded and bombed in Afghanistan. The same people. We decided, oh, well, they're no good now. They're, you know, we orchestrated this 9/11 event, which I truly believe, and if you study the facts, you will too, that it was an inside job. I mean, it's sickening. The CIA creates all this anarchy, and then, oh my gosh, they go to war in the name of the U.S. and the good old American flag. Well, guess what? The people that they sent to Libya, you know, they take them out of Guantanamo Bay, former prisoners. They move them from fighting and killing U.S. troops in Afghanistan to arming them and being trained by U.S. troops in the CIA in Libya. They're all controlled by the banksters, globalists, which are all an arm of the CIA. Al-Qaeda, whatever. They're one and the same. It's all the same. We are being manipulated. Are we this dumb? Are they trying to dumbify us? Well, we're going to help Al-Qaeda here, but they're shooting at us over there. But we're going to send the same guys that were shooting at us over there over here to help us. But, you know, now that we got them all armed and everything, we're going to bomb them too. You know, let's give them a means to fight and fight for our cause. And then, well, if we accidentally bomb them, you know, who really cares? You know, I mean, this is all a facade. It's all a game. And you, the American people, aren't waking up. You're falling for it. You're falling for puppet master. The NWO has your president on a string. He is a puppet. He's laughed at by the rest of the world. You know, he can't even decide where he's born at, where he was born. I mean, you know, I've heard several versions. But he can sure decide when to drop bombs. You know, the UN resolution was not to drop bombs on Libya, folks. It was for a no-fly zone, you know, the same thing that we had in Iraq. But no, this guy, Bush isn't going to outdo me. I'm going to bomb him. I'm going to bomb him without permission. I don't need Congress. I don't need the UN. I don't need anybody. I got the resources there. I'm going to bomb them. And then I'm going to promise, oh no, U.S. troops will never set ground there, even though they're already there. And we have hundreds of ships offshore just waiting to unload U.S. soldiers to bring more tyranny, destruction, and death to that country. All in the name of the NWO and the banksters. It isn't for the U.S. It isn't for the greater good. It isn't to save or protect anybody. Heck, this uprising was started in the oil cities. And you know what it's about? This is what it's really about, is China was getting a lot of influence. And Libya would not sign on to the protection treaty of the great U.S., and was kind of siding with China and doing trade with China. Oh, we can't let that happen. We got to control everything. The banksters have to have control. If they don't have control, there's no liberty. Get it through your heads. This is tyranny at its worst. It's tyranny at its very worst. And we got France attacking Africa from the other side. All these NATO and globalist forces are just surrounding and taking over the Middle East and Africa. And the Russian and Chinese forces and people are just sitting there, wow, you know, we didn't sign on to this with the UN. And boy, this sure isn't serving our interest. What the hell are we supposed to do? You know, well, don't be surprised if they don't, you know, interact militarily against us. Because what we are doing is dead wrong. I mean, we're trying to start World War III here, folks. We are the United States of America and all this tyranny trying to start World War III. And it sickens me. We're supposed to be a country of good, of right. We're no longer that. We got the TSA going around doing tyranny, radiating you down the street, radiating you at the airport with high lethal death doses of radiation, sticking their hand down your pants without even changing their gloves, taking blood out of you at doggone what they call Viper Team checkpoints. I mean, what have we become? We are a fascist police state, and we are exporting it throughout the world, and we are the biggest pawn of the globalists there is. And you dumbified Americans that watch your media-controlled news just sit there and eat it and think it's good. Well, I don't think it's good. I think it's real bad. And I think people need to wake up. This is tyranny. We cannot have it. We cannot put up with it. You've got to rise up and let your voice be heard. We're not murderers. We're not baby killers. We're not a bad people. But our government is sure making it look like it, and the rest of the world hates our guts. They have a right to hate our guts with what we're doing. I am just plain mad, and I'm over it. And I'm over you sheeple sitting at home, just letting the government raise your taxes, shove their agenda down your throat, buy your media, and you buy into their war. You send your sons and daughters to slaughter. For what? The NWO! It damn sure ain't the United States of America. We're not benefiting from none of this. We're just a laughing stock. Is anybody going to wake up? Is anybody going to get mad? Am I the only one? Even Congress, they're a bunch of puppets. We got a couple guys, a couple heroes like Ron Paul speaking out, but he's falling on deaf ears. Folks, are we that brainwashed? Are we in a trance? Yes. It seems as so. I don't know how else to get my point out but to get just genuinely mad. Because I am. I'm mad. I'm upset. This system is not working. It is broke. This is a system of tyranny. This is a system of oppression. This is a police state, and they're exporting it throughout the world. And if you don't like it, they're going to shove it down your throat, down your pants, and anywhere else they can. Because they are about tyranny. The globalists have taken over the United States. They have taken over our government. Wake up. All the new laws, the GMO, the food laws, the American trade agreements, all the industry leaving the U.S., our monopolization of currency through the Fed that bankrupts us. We're giving money away to Wall Street and the banksters, taking on toxic and massive debts that we should never have taken on, that we never had in the first place. They're all manufactured by the banksters. But you idiots don't see that. You just let them do it. You vote them into office, you don't hold them accountable, and you let them go on and on and on. Well, I'll tell you, I've had enough of it. It's time somebody spoke up, stood up, and said enough is enough, and draws the line. Draw your line now. Speak out. Tell your congressman what you think of these wars. Tell your congressman what you think of all this debt. Do your research. Read our site. Read other blog posts that are independent of the media that's paid off by the corrupt corporate government of the banksters of America. And throughout the world, they're all international. England, America, France, you name it, it's a cesspool of banksters. Do your research and learn what is going on. Learn about the truth and do something. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And dang it, I'm trying to be part of the solution by getting the word out. Sorry to go on such a rant today, folks, but I just feel it emotionally. Please check out our blog posts. This is Al for webnewsjax. Good day.